You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Welcome to Classroom Nexus, the podcast where we dive into the heart of teaching, parenting, and everything in between. I'm your host, Afreen Fatma, a teacher, a parent, and a person just like you, navigating through the chaos, the beauty, the failures, and the quiet victories of daily life. Today's episode is deeply personal, and if you're a chronic thinker, someone who dreams a lot, plans a lot, but doesn't always take the first step, you're in the right place. This one is for the teachers who want to launch that idea but are scared it won't be good enough. For the parents who feel overwhelmed and unsure if they're doing it right. For anyone stuck in the cycle of waiting for clarity, for confidence, for the right time. Because let me tell you, a truth that's changed my life. You don't need to you don't need more time. You need to decide. So today, let's stop marinating in self-doubt and start taking action. Let's begin with a story. A few years ago, I had this quite burning desire to create something beyond the classroom. I wanted to share my voice, not just in the staff room or on parent-teacher night, but with a wider audience. Maybe a blog, a video series, a teacher's podcast. I didn't know what exactly, but I felt that nudge. And what I and what did I do? I opened my notebook and wrote ideas. Then I made a list. Then I made another list. Then I researched equipment. I looked up names. I drafted the scripts. I downloaded apps, then deleted them. Then downloaded them again. Basically, I overthought it for 6 months straight. Then one day, a friend casually asked me, "So, what happened to that thing you were starting?" I told her I'm still refining the idea. She laughed kindly and said, "You've been marinating in ideas for months. At some point, you have to move." That hit hard. Marinating, not moving? That was me. So I made one phone call. I reached out to someone who had already started their own content journey. I asked for advice. That call wasn't magical, but it made everything real. It pushed me to take the next small step. And that first step, it didn't create a perfect result, but it needed the but it ended the overthinking cycle, and that was enough. And that first step, it didn't create a perfect result, but it ended the overthinking cycle, and that was enough. The inner critic, how we paralyze ourselves. Now, as teachers and parents, we tend to hold ourselves to incredibly high standards. We want to be the perfect mentor, the flawless parent, the organized planner, the unwavering role model. So when we get a new idea, a nudge to try something new, what's the first thing that happens? We talk ourselves out of it. How can I even think about starting that? Who am I to do that? What if I fail? What if people judge me? I'm not ready yet. Sound familiar? This inner critic, it's sly. It disguises itself as logic or pre-preparedness, but really it's just fear wrapped in a very convincing package. The truth is, we stay in that endless loop for far too long, sitting on ideas, holding ourselves back, watching others around us take action and often succeed. But here is the hard truth. Action silences the doubt. You don't need to be confident to take the first step. You just need courage. I'll be honest, when I finally decided to stop overthinking and take that first step, it was scary. The what ifs still loomed over me. But what I learned is this: you don't have to be ready to start, you just have to start. This concept, this quick burst of momentum, comes straight from Mel Robbins and her 5 second rule. She says that from the moment you have an impulse to do something, you have just a 5 second window before your mind will talk you out of it, before you go back to thinking and doubting and waiting. Let's face it, we've all been there. You have a great idea, but then you think, I'll do it later. Then later becomes next week, and next week becomes never. Robbins argues that you have to act immediately. Five, four, three, two, one, and go. It's that simple. Here's, here's how it works. You feel the urge to take action. Whether it's to call a colleague for advice, record that first video, ask a question in a meeting, or even speak up to your child when you're struggling with something. Instead of overthinking or doubting yourself, you count down from 5 and just act. I used to do this when recording my first videos. I'll tell myself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start talking. And let me tell you, it wasn't perfect. It never is in the beginning. But once you break that mental barrier, you've started. When you use the 5 second rule, action happens in the moment, and that's when the magic begins. Recently, I was listening to Mel Robbins again. And yes, I'm a huge fan, and something she said hit me hard. Your life is a direct reflection of where you put your focus. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. Think about it. If you constantly focus on what's not working, on what's wrong, what you lack, or what didn't go right, then that's the reality you'll live in. It will feel like you're stuck in a cycle. But if you intentionally shift your focus to what's working, what's growing, and what you're doing well, then your life will begin to reflect that energy. For example, you focus on how messy your classroom is. You feel overwhelmed and chaotic. You focus on the one bad comment from a parent. You forget the 10 kind ones. You focus on what you're not doing well as a parent. You forget the constant care and love you give every single day. What you focus on becomes your reality. This isn't about pretending things are perfect. It's about adjusting your mindset to celebrate the wins, however small, and keep your eyes on progress instead of problems. This isn't just a this isn't just a motivational quote. It's a tool to change your perspective, and it works. So, how do you take charge right now? So, here's the key takeaway from everything I've shared with you so far. You don't have to you don't have to have it all figured out to get started. You just need to move. This podcast is this very moment, everything you're listening to right now is your permission slip to take that first step. You may not have all the answers. You may not have the perfect plan, but what you have in this moment is the decision to take action and stop overthinking. I want you to give 3 simple action steps to get you started right now. Number 1, stop overthinking. Pick one thing. Don't try to do everything at once. Think about what's been sitting in your mind for weeks or months. Maybe it's a project you've been meaning to start, a conversation you've been avoiding, a change you know needs to happen in your classroom or at home. Pick one thing. and commit it today to do it. Not tomorrow, today. Use the 5-second rule. The next time you feel that hesitation, that fear creeping in, remember the 5-second window. Don't let your mind talk you out of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It could be as simple as picking up the phone, sending that email, or writing down the first draft of your idea. The goal is to break the cycle of thinking and waiting. Just move. Number 3, focus on what's working. Shift your attention from what's not working to what's already going well. This is a game changer. Take a moment right now. Yes, right now. And think about what you've already done well. Celebrate the small victories. Maybe you helped a student with a tough concept today, or maybe you finally made it through a challenging parent-teacher meeting. Whatever it is, focus on your win. Focus on your wins. What you focus on expands. Thank you for spending these 20 minutes with me today. If this episode's if this episode sparked something inside you, I'd love to hear about it. What's the one thing you're going to stop overthinking and start taking action on today? Let me know by reaching out on my social media or send me an email. I want to hear your stories, your breakthroughs, your wins. Remember, it's not about having everything perfect. It's about deciding to act. One step, one moment, one decision. This is your time. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Thank you for tuning in to Classroom Nexus. Until next time, let's keep moving forward one step at a time.